We haven't seen a lot of this yet, but I thought this was very interesting, and you may not be able to see it very well with this picture. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Whoops. Nope. But with, I'm sorry. With graphical passwords, there's one called click points. And you could pick your own picture out, or the company can supply a picture, but you basically select hotspots on the picture, and that's going to be your password. Now, you don't want people seeing your hotspots or what they are, but anywhere from, it can be as many hotspots on the picture as possible. The more, of course, the more secure. The other one is called an icon-based password, and it's more interesting. It's where you pick 10 icons, and you can, it's almost like a game. You have to identify your icons. Like the triangular one is the most popular one now, and the 3 corners are 3 of your icons. And you have to select somewhere inside this triangular area, but they don't see the triangular area. We're just kind of showing it so you know. But you click inside that, it repositions all the icons, and you pick again. You have to identify your icons. And they can do it as many times as they want security. You can do it 5 times, 10 times. You can pick 20 icons. But it's just it's almost kind of like a game for you instead of trying to memorize your password. But it could make it a little more complex, but a little more interesting than trying to remember your one capital letter, one ampersand, or something. So these are just kind of where we're going in the future with some security. Now, who can tell me participated in an NCAA office pool this year? Did anyone at the office participate in NCAA office pool? Okay, so there's a few of us. We decided instead of getting into that, okay, we're the bad people. We're going to talk about a case study. We're just going to pass this out real quick, real brief. We're just going to pose a privacy security issue and just wanted you to talk about it a little bit. It's that time again, March Madness, time to get the office pools rolling. Thinking about it from an employee perspective. I think I will create a program this year that will automatically generate the points in the pools instead of having to calculate them by manually, having to write everybody's little tallies down. Keep up with my point totals by checking the brackets on ESPN.com because all the games are video streamed this year, so how lucky am I that I won't have to miss any of the action. And boy, we've got the nice DSL going on there at work, we can just go so fast. So can anyone see any issues with this as far as privacy or security in the workplace? Don't be bashful.
Gambling in the workplace.
Come on, Eric.
Productivity.
Pardon?
Productivity.
Right. There is, I didn't bring the article. There's articles every year about how the loss of productivity is a big money issue for all the companies, about how billions of dollars are lost on the NCAA. But they also, that's the people against it, but they also say, well, a lot of times that activity that's going on with the NCAA pool is just replacing the other activity that was going on. Well, instead of spending 15 minutes at the water cooler speaking to someone about what I did last night, they're just online wasting that 15 minutes instead of that. So there's been some contradictions about the productivity issues.
So if the winner brought beer the next day, I guess that would all even out.
Yeah, there's no issues with beer at the workplace. Anybody else see any issues? Spending my work time creating programs for calculating the office pool instead of the programs to make our our new system work.
If you get caught.
Getting caught.
Is it worth that?
Is it fair that they monitor you?
Yes.
Is it?
It is.
All right.
How many of you guys chat with friends while you're at work that aren't at work with you? That maybe
Aren't at work?
they're not.
That's
at your
non-work related.
Maybe they're at another place. How many of you actually do it? Well, we'll admit it. Put that way.
Or emails.
Or emails. This is all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not just chat.
Come on.
emailing and
I mean, yeah.
Maybe a little eBay
Yes,
order here and
just
there.
how you measure productivity is measured based on what your targets are. As long as you're achieving your targets, and it doesn't matter.
Well, a lot of people argue that, as long as you're achieving your goal, what's it matter?
Yeah, lot of private companies. My boss, as long as he gives me target, I finish the target. He doesn't care what I do. I can go out and take
Well, I think
2 hours lunch. It doesn't
Jyothi brought that up at our meeting. She says, well, as long as you meet everyone has guidelines or targets, projects that you have to get done on time. As long as you're meeting those deadlines, what's it matter? But I think it does matter to the companies, Josh.
Because in the government, government they have regulations about it. For private industry, they don't care.
Josh?
They just implemented it.
Please use this.
They just implemented not clean mail. I'm trying to think of what it was. I can't think of. It's a web filter at where I work at the Rural Kings corporate office, and I swear they crack down on the people who they think are slackers. But like me, I'll be on, like, EIU won the national championship on Sunday, and so I was on PB Nation for about a half hour, paintball website for about a half hour, but I meet my goals, and I do the kind of stuff all the time because I know they're not going to bust my chops because of the fact that I meet goals and I exceed those goals, whereas the guys who are in accounting, who are just sitting around doing nothing when they're supposed to be working on reports, they're the ones who are getting, letters from the CFO and everything else about their activity on the internet. So it just depends on the nature of your organization, I guess.
Does Rural King have a policy in place that that
Absolutely.
there is repercussion if you are caught doing these things?
As soon as they came out with with that software, as soon as they implemented it, the CFO sent out a blanket email to the entire corporation saying, hey, we're monitoring you guys, and we're gonna be down on you if you do anything. And I don't care, so I continue doing whatever it is that I'm doing. But I'm sure that discouraged some people, But like I said, it just depends on the nature of the organization.
Over there. Is there a question?
Ryan DeVries. At Hydro Gear, we actually have a privacy statement that's signed in our orientation saying that they can't take our password, can't monitor what we're doing, so on and so forth. I'm sure there's some level of that they are monitoring if there was certain documents that were sent on, but like Josh said, I guess it kind of depends on the atmosphere of the company, and one, I'm going to say, motivator is that whenever we're given a deadline, that deadline has to be met, and if it's not met, then we have some pretty serious repercussions. So that's kind of how they make sure that you're doing your job, even if you are not necessarily being productive the whole 8 hours that you're on the clock. But nevertheless, it kind of depends on the company, I think, and how they want to monitor that and the employees that work for them. Some people do take advantage of that leniency, and other people make sure that they stick to their guns, and they don't. So that's my 2 cents.
We kind of talked about what Josh did, that we think it's more and more used. If they know somebody's slacking in their job, it's an excuse to kind of clean house, yeah, a lot of times.
Even though a lot of companies know that lot of people are using, but it depends upon the job. Like if you are working in like a systems department, emergency and other thing, that suppose some certain problem comes, you have to come in the midnight and fix the problem. And also they will know each employee what they do and other things. So if you are making up your work and meeting the target, they never bother. Even if you use 60% of the time internet, it doesn't matter, because as long as you're meeting your targets. But when it comes to government organizations, because they have to follow certain rules and other things, so they have more repercussions compared to private industry. That's what I feel.
Private's really getting into it, though, more and more.
Well done.
That's us.
Clap for hands, please. Well done.